is the same as her, the same mindset. And this is what I love this. Because who cares? Why not us?
We came up with the slogan a while against them the first time. And it's so perfect because it's not disrespectful to anybody else. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with us believing in ourselves, believing in the person next to me, believing in me, and that's all about trust. So why not us?
We won that game! 1, 2, 3, we won
that game! Okay, so we will say when we had Thanksgiving dinner together, because we earned that right. Thanksgiving dinner today, then we will say what we are all thankful for. Because we have a whole lot to be thankful for. I will start right now, and I am so thankful for you guys.
Oh man. Is that an actual question?
No, actually I didn't. And I sleep. I like sleep.
What's so funny is Hannah and I were roommates the entire trip, and both of us would be like tossing and turning in the middle of the night, and like we're both awake and we know each other are doing that. We're like, we feel like it's Christmas. We're so excited to play this game.
I remember being so excited, and I was roommates with Molly at the time. Yeah, no, I couldn't sleep that night, and I think I couldn't sleep for all the games, honestly. I was just so ready to play the next day.
You know, I was so tired from the previous 2 days, but also I woke up so many times throughout the night because I was just like, is it time? Are we going? Like, am I late?
A little jitters the night before, knowing that we were going into such a big match the next day.
I was rooming with Grace, and you know, we kept joking because I was like, oh, we're roommates another night. We're here another night. It's like a sleepover. Like, I was roommates with Jenna, and I was telling her, like, Jenna, like, we're going to the championship tomorrow. Like, this is crazy. And I just remember us being like we're gonna get a ring. I was so excited. I was so nervous. Like, I was still processing what had happened the couple days before, and so yeah, it was definitely hard to sleep that night.
I can't even lie to you. It was either the hotel bed or something, but I slept so good when I was there. I was super excited because Olivia was my roommate, and we sit by each other on the bus too, and we got really close this season, and I'm like super happy that we got to share that.
I remember I had dreams about it. Like, I was literally dreaming about playing in the match. I'm just in bed like, okay, hard front, soft front, neutral, like it was just going back and forth in my head because I was like, I can't mess this up. Like, this is the biggest game of my life. Like, I want this so bad.
I think I finally gave up and got up about 6:30 and went for a really long walk.
We had to wait until 4 p.m. I think to play the game. We're like, can we just play this game? So no, did not sleep much the night before. I was way too excited.
But I woke up the next morning, I did my same routine that I do every morning, and I remember waking up and I was honestly like nervous as ever. Like, I remember showering and I was shaking, and I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, my hair has to be perfect, everything has to be perfect. I need to eat the best breakfast. I was rooming with Maya Sellers, and we put on music, we did our whole routine, like got ready, acted as if it was any normal game. Because I think we were just trying to stay composed. Like, you can't let that excitement get to you too much. Yeah, I think we just treated it like every other match day. And we got up, did our routine, we wore the same jerseys the whole tournament. OJ went and washed them for us, bless his soul.
But we supported that. I do appreciate OJ and his ability to do laundry because he was doing a lot of laundry.
Because we are like crazy about doing the exact same thing. Like, for the match the next day, we would eat our pregame meal and then we would watch the video on the screen and get all hyped. Before every game, they created a video for us, a hype video. But I swear it was a movie because it was put together so well.
Caleb just does an amazing job. I mean, he just knows how to tell like the story of what happened through his videos, and I think that's really cool and everyone really loves it.
Yeah, I think it was the last day actually before we played Colorado State. We had the video from Utah State. We were trying to play and the lights in the room would not turn off.
The light wasn't turning off, and like, okay, Jerome would go over, turn it off, and then it was like, and then it would turn back on. And And like, well, we're not watching this video with the lights on. And that's like, everyone made that point of like, we're not watching this video.
We had to watch the video. Like, we couldn't leave to go play the game if we didn't watch the video. So, yeah, we had to have maintenance come and somehow turn out the lights, but we took those videos very, very seriously.
What they do is amazing in general, and then for them to be able to be there and capture the moment and then like give us a hype video beforehand definitely like brought the energy.
I'm extremely thankful that they were able to make those because, yeah, they literally captured every single moment.
Because it was the championship match, they offered us a different locker room. For the first 2 matches of the tournament, because every team needed a locker room, we were put in kind of a little closet-ish. It was really small. We were all like stuffed together, kind of like this.
We had the smallest locker room. We were in like basically a closet, and we had one whiteboard. We write on the whiteboard before every match.
The person that was leading us to the locker room was like, okay, like one of the final 2 teams, you guys get a bigger locker room. We were like, can we have our closet actually? They were like, yeah, it's still available. We were like, okay, perfect, thank you.
We were supposed to be put into, I think, Utah State's locker room, and we were like, absolutely not. We were like, absolutely not. We will stay in our winning locker room, thank you very much. Like, it might be a closet, and we might have only 2 bathrooms, but we will not be going into another locker room.
So we walked back to our little closet, set our stuff down, popped our Red Bull, and it was great.
And we had our dance party. We always do that. We kept the routine the exact same way.
But again, we do our dance parties. We turned it into a crazy, tiny little closet room.
Our locker room is crazy. Molly and Brooke choreographed a dance before 2 of the games, performed it in front of us. Brooke and Molly were in charge of coordinating a dance before. So we like do like a dance circle, and like they coordinated the whole performance before the actual dance circle. So it was like a dance for the dance. Our trainer, everyone's talking about like they heard us all the way down the hall. Like the other team probably heard us, but
that was probably the ultimate dance party we've had. So I think that helped bring energy to us.
Those locker room moments are like what gives us the energy to play. But yeah, I think that our team is just very, very energetic, and so the candy, the Red Bull, the dance party, I think it says it all.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, inside Cox Pavilion for the 2023 Mountain West Volleyball Championship. 5-seed Fresno State and 2-seed Colorado State.
It was more of a feeling like almost chills, where you're thinking that, you know, this is what could possibly, we could be Mountain West champions in 3 hours. It's kind of just an insane feeling.
5-seed Fresno State, they have made a run. They had to knock out the top team, the regular season champs, Utah State, and they did just that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they really attacked, right? They had all things going. Listen, this is a team that doesn't have anything to lose, and they come in here with the mindset of being aggressive and being disciplined. These 2 teams met only 1 time this year, and we'll talk about what happened. I mean, Fresno State goes into Fort Collins and beats them in 5 sets, but they didn't get a chance to play twice. So Fresno State believes that they can beat this Colorado State team. There's nothing standing in the way of Fresno State winning this match today. The only thing that is Fresno State.
I had every belief in our group and our training that we could do it.
Obviously, it was the championship, so yeah, there's more pressure for sure, but
nerves for sure were there, just thinking about what is happening.
Nerves are nerves, but I think when you come this far, we did not come this far to lose.
The nerves were definitely there, but in a good way.
The nerves were there, but I think everybody channeled it into more of a competitiveness rather than being scared.
Yeah, I think nerves for the championship game are completely different. It can be hard, but I think that once we get on the court, like, you just have to block all of that out. Like, you're here to play a game, like, you have to go back to the basics. Like, you can't let all these outside factors affect us.
Yeah, you know, it's that time of year where when you're playing your best volleyball, you can go far, and that is exactly what's happened with the Bulldogs, and it starts with belief and the trust Coach Rosen talked about after she was so happy for her team. She said, "I'm just got so much joy for this group. They have worked so hard." As we are underway in this championship matchup, and Ella Rude with the kill gets the Bulldogs on the board.
Well, Rude is one of many all Mountain West Conference honorees.
That's Grace Doyle, the redshirt senior. She got her 1,000th career kill. Back row to help. That's Hannah Waters. That was a big-time swing to tie this one up by Legault.
And you've got a really good and talented Fresno State team on the opposite side of the bench, and they're going to come out. They're going to make a run. They're going to try to get the 5 sets, whatever it's going to take for them to get to the automatic berth of the NCAA tournament. So this is a great place for Colorado State. It's a good start. So much volleyball to play. They got to be locked in that huddle. Let's see how Fresno State comes out in this one.
Sullivan off the block. Beautiful dig out of the back by Rude. Oh, and there is Legault. And how about a slide? They could have used more of that. Shannon up on this one and puts it down.
Yeah, Jenny Legault, that's exactly who Lisa Rosen went up to. And that last time out, she said, keep swinging. And that's exactly what she just did.
She has been a player who has just been highly decorated. So many different awards has Brooke Cowie.
A little bit better by Colorado State. And there's a nice answer, Ella Rude for Fresno State. All right, well, we'll see if the Bulldogs can keep going here. It's another set point opportunity for the Rams. With the serve. Outside, Stanford gets it blocked back. There's Jones down the line. She can cross it, she can go down the line, she can pretty much put it wherever she wants, and she's tough to stop as Colorado State takes set number 1 here in the championship match. It's just been so close, but the hitting errors, just a little bit better hitting by the Rams, TB.
Colorado State started strong, and they got better as that set went on. And so they've got to turn it around, take it right back right now at the beginning of set number 2.
It's our championship match, but it's theirs too. They want to win, giving it all they could.
Right there, serving and blocking for Fresno State. We'll flip the script.
You know, set 2, I think we went up early.
Set number 2, it's Fresno State up. It's a 4-point Fresno State lead. Oh my goodness, back-to-back service aces for Doyle. That one, the net was her friend. That's a tough break for the Rams.
Lisa Rosen talks about her IQ and how proud she is of Haluska for coming back and buying in after she had an injury the year before that. And
Haluska tips, and nobody there for the Rams. Good decision by Addison Haluska. And the block, not able to keep it in for the Rams there, so the much-needed point by Doyle on the slide. Ella Rude back with the serve, set point number 2 for the Rams. Jones out of the back, says that one is in. Wow. High flying out of the back. I didn't know if Lisa Rosen agreed, but she's not going to challenge. And set 2 is a comeback late by Colorado State. They are up 2-0 over Fresno State.
You know, the reality is I'm not sure that we handled the pressure of being in that moment great the first 2 sets.
Nothing in my head that was saying, well, like, at least we made it here. Like, I wasn't done. Like, I was not done at all. I wanted to win. I wanted the best for our team. Like, I did not want to end there.
We had come out in both the first 2 matches, the one against Boise State, the one against Utah State. We come out and been very aggressive, and that got flipped on us. And they were very aggressive. We didn't have a lot of answers for what they were doing.
It was like almost a frustration because we had beat them before, and we had just beat 2 teams who we hadn't beat, and it felt like we should win this game.
Yeah, 1 and 2. I think we were just not playing like we were against like the other matches. Always in the back of my mind, I always was like, we can do this, we can do this. But it's really hard when you lose the first and second set to be like, oh, we got this, because reverse sweeps don't happen that often.
You have no choice but to win the next 3 sets. And to win 3 sets in a row, like, that takes a lot of focus and hard work.
They got a lot of momentum, and we were in a bit of trouble at that point in time.
Even if there was some doubt that crept in, like, that's human nature. You're gonna doubt yourself, you're gonna doubt whatever. But if you can overcome that, then that's kind of how you switch that outcome.
You know, this one's a little more crucial, and just you really have to leave it all out there. We're here for a reason. We're determined to achieve something, and we understood, you know, that we have to get this job done, and everything we worked for ultimately is coming down, and this is what we're here for.
Without everybody being bought into the idea that we could go 3 more sets, like, we wouldn't have been able to do it. But every single girl was bought in.
We have to kick it into high gear, and I think it took us a little bit. So that's probably the best way to sum up the first 2 sets.
After set 2, we all just kind of went in. There's like a 5-minute break between sets 2 and 3. We're like, all right, reverse sweep. We got work ahead of us.
Everybody has asked me what I said to the girls, and I didn't say anything. They meet as a team, we meet as a staff, and we don't meet together. I think that's at that point in time, there's nothing that we can say that's gonna calm them down or fire them up.
Let's go. Like, I know this is not what we are capable of. I know we can do so much more, so why aren't we doing it? This is not us. Like, we're playing afraid, we're playing shy. That's not us.
We're not going to win this match if you're afraid. We're not going to win this match if you're tipping the ball. Honestly, I think that kind of relieves some pressure from people because you feel free to swing as hard as you can or serve the heck out of the ball without being afraid that you're going to make an error because that's what she wants.
Once we realized how timid we were being, it made us a little bit annoyed because we were like, why? You know? We have nothing to lose, so just give it everything you got.
Reaching for that little bit more, reaching for that 1 point to tie it back up, or, you know, battling, giving everything you have, no matter what. When it comes to crunch time, we just kind of had to choose, you know, to pick it up or to not pick it up.
Like, there was no thought in my mind like that this was going to be the time where we're going to lose, especially in 3. I was like, let's go to 5 like we always do. Let's bring it back.
Let's go. Like, we did not come this far to just play like this.
We were just like, it's do or die. You know, like, if we're going to go, we have to go now.
And so I was nervous. I know the whole team was nervous, but let's focus on what we can control right now. And we can control like our attitude, we control how hard we're working, our effort. It was like, why are we doubting ourselves? Like we've worked so hard up to this point. We beat them before.
I've seen us come back from worse. And so I think we all knew we could do it.
We put it out there. Things are not going our way, but what are we going to do to turn it around? Brooke is definitely one of the people to kind of fire people up and, you know, get in your face and say, how are you going to respond?
Whenever Brooke says something, for some reason, I just like kind of like lock into what she's saying because she kind of has this like aggressive mindset.
Guys, this isn't how we play volleyball. Like, this is it though. Like, think about what is at stake right now. Like, we've worked so hard all season for this very moment and we're just gonna like roll over and let them have it? Like, no way. And then I know, obviously, Ella talked about it too. Like,
Ella, I think, is very, very good in these situations. Like, she's very good at putting things into perspective. If we want to win this, like, here's what we need to do. Like, we need to stay focused. We can't let these first 2 matches, like, determine who we are and how this set's gonna finish. Brooke is extremely competitive and, like, obviously she wants to win, and I think all of us do, and she just says exactly what we're all thinking. And so after Ella calms us all down, this and that, then Brooke comes in and she's like, let's go, like, come on.
She kept everyone accountable. She kept everyone in check. She also made sure everyone was comfortable and understood, keep pushing.
And I think everybody was just like, okay, like, you're right. Like, we have to like play with some, not anger and like frustration, but like we have to like put it all out there right now, like play with emotion.
It's the championship match. There is nothing for us to lose right now. We've already done more than anyone ever expected of us this season. Like, let's quite literally lay everything that we have out on the table.
So I think having that belief is what made us so strong and like not afraid to go after it, because you're not gonna win if you just keep the ball up in the air going on the other side. You know, you have to be aggressive.
Stay disciplined and stay aggressive.
A must-win 3rd set for this Fresno State team.
Coming out to the 3rd set, things still weren't going our way. We had to dig so like deep down.
We've come back from worse. I have no doubt that this team can come back and win this game.
I have really admired watching Brooke Cowie play this week.
They weren't done. They weren't ready to be done.
Fresno State, they're all bought in. Their bench is bought in. This is our locker room. We're here for each other. Okay, Addison. It's Haluska time.
The touch for Ella Rude on that one. Back up by 2.
what can you give this point to win it? You know, it's 1 point.
That confidence that she had in us was just kind of what we needed.
We're not going down without a fight.
We're playing volleyball. Do not let Colorado State affect us.
That was pretty.
Oh, it was pretty from Puri.
But an opportunity for the Bulldogs to extend this to a fourth set. Haluska off the block and out of play. And the Bulldogs push it to a fourth set. They aren't done just yet. They've got new life.
Once we beat them in the third set, I was like, okay, like this is how we're supposed to play. This is what we did last time. Like we got it. And I think we kind of just remembered, like, again, we didn't come this far to just lose.
Well, after set 3, I think we got a little bit back into us, like, okay, the dogs are alive. I remember we would always say that, like, the dogs stay alive.
Fresno State is here. You know, what they just did and how they grinded through, and here we are in the fourth set.
They're trying to win so they can go home, let's get out of here. But for us, it was more than that. Like, we've worked so hard the whole season, and it's like every point was mattered in that moment.
Go out giving absolute all effort.
They've got their eye on the prize, and Haluska has been great behind the line.
I need each of you to take it upon yourselves to keep the tempo up, to keep playing our game of volleyball. It was go time in that Fresno State huddle.
So a big swing that works for Rude.
Great hot start for Fresno State.
The block there for the Bulldogs. That's beautiful placement by Legault, though. She had the answer.
And once we started getting those balls up and like making these huge plays, like it's just a huge momentum shifter.
I mean, the whole game was a battle. Whole battle. Like point for point for point for point. You know, like long rallies.
They are the first to 20, and a timeout called by Fresno State, as they are going to have to find a way to go on a run.
And in the fourth set, none of us had known that we were down that much.
Down by 5, must-win set to push it to a 5th.
The feeling that we wanted to prove ourselves so bad and the grit that we had, I was like, okay, we're down 5 points. We can, you know, we can do this.
They can start to taste it a little bit, but they're not going to get too comfortable.
No.
They know that Fresno State's on the other bench. And coming out of a timeout, they can take the momentum right back. It will be really crucial.
We're hanging on, we just need to push, we just need to finish.
Rude! Add a little extra something on that one.
And up front,
Puri able to regroup. And they have pulled within 1. Fresno State fans up and making some noise.
Lisa isn't one to say block out the noise. She's like, use this to your advantage. We feel like we have the home gym.
Cheer for the Dogs.
That group right there is ready to go to set 5. And there's a group on the other side that's ready to hoist a championship trophy. And at this point, I couldn't tell you which one of them is going to get it, because we just keep sharing and swapping points.
She had to stop for a moment and she was like, do you hear what they're saying? We're like in a movie.
Trying to push this to a 5th. They are now at match point number 1. But a service error sends it back the other way.
I mean, I didn't even know it was that close, and so looking back at it, I was like, what?
And it is still match point.
Oh, sure, and I think that they had match point a couple times. They believed in themselves so much that we were gonna get to a 5th set.
Oh, Haluska says, they fight off 2 match points. Wow, delivers a service ace. Okay, Molly Upright.
You look back on that and that should never happen in sports, you know? Just the statistics of it, that never happens. What you're doing on this specific point, this is your job, and don't do anything except your job.
And a net violation called on the Rams. And it is set point number 2. Serve from Praga. It's a good one. It'll work. We're going to a 5th. Wow. Set number 4 goes to the Bulldogs.
Coming off of that, I think we just applied more pressure onto them. Once a team, you know, has so much energy, it's really hard to beat.
After the 4th set, it was like, okay, you know, we're rolling. It's the 5th set, we've been here before.
This was familiar ground to us. Like, this wasn't anything new. We went so many 5-set matches.
If we're in the 5th set, it's because it's a good volleyball game and we're here to win it.
That one more set, you know, our fans are hyped, their fans are hyped.
Look, we're playing with house money, you know, and we're in Vegas and, you know, trying to lighten the moment a little bit, but We had no pressure on us whatsoever because we weren't supposed to be there.
Okay, the 5th set, I was like, oh yeah, this is our game for sure.
And I never said it, but everybody knew we were picked last in the conference. We were literally picked last in the conference, and now we're playing for the conference championship in a 5th set. So there's zero pressure at that point in time.
There was just no way we were losing that set. You could look at everybody's face and you knew we were losing that set. You look at Colorado State's court and bench and coach, oh my gosh, they were shaking. They were so nervous because they had just let a 3-set match slip away. They should have won in 3 sets.
Colorado State had all the pressure on them. They just went up 2-0. We were trying for a reverse sweep, which is huge. And I just think that for us to be in that moment, that was perfect for us.
We turned into a different team in 5th sets, but it's the championship match, and you're in a 5th set trying to reverse sweep a team. So there was a lot going on.
When you're in a 5th set and it's the championship match, you don't want to look up at the scoreboard because of how quickly it goes by. The emotions that we felt during were not necessarily nervous, but we were just kind of like, give me the ball. Set me the ball, serve the ball to me. I'm gonna take the ball and I'm gonna do something great with it.
Okay, it's time, it's go time, it's time to win the ring. Once we get in that 5th set, it's like, wow, we really actually have control over this. We can win this game. Hey, 15 more points, and we have that trophy.
This is 15 points to win.
One 15-point game. Let's go.
Cowie read it perfectly. The Bulldogs had enough fight in them to push this to a 5th. Perfect Fraga there. Oh, and how about Aluska off the block to tie it back up?
We talked a lot about playing whistle to whistle. Play for the entire whistle and then let it go. And then take a breath.
Take a deep breath and just go do it again.
And then when that whistle blows, then you're ramped right back up again.
They're gonna have to respect us, we're gonna bring everything and we're not gonna let up no matter what.
And Rude finds an opening in the back.
Just taking it one point at a time and hey, pass that kill, that's all we gotta do.
Sullivan off the block. Rude again. Too much Ella Rude. And the lead taken by Fresno State. They are the first to 8, and the teams will switch sides.
And then I remember switching sides.
Once we switched sides, we started really rolling.
And Jones flying in, the block read it and got it to go down.
That was one of the biggest blocks of this week by Rude.
Sydney and I had our arms around each other, and then we won the point, and we're like, okay, we have to do that from now on. So then for every point on, we're like, okay, arms around each other.
They called a timeout late in the game, and we had this perfect game plan. We knew exactly who they were gonna set.
So she called a timeout to tell Casey, this is what I want you to block. And she took every point so seriously. She was not about to let that detail slip away.
Their big go-to hitter was on the left side, so Brooke and Casey were focused on her, and they did the exact opposite. Literally the exact opposite, and Jenna came up with the biggest block against their left side that was on the right side of the court. She came up with a solo block against her. We didn't think there was any way that they were gonna set her.
And she had just a huge block. And I think we all just kind of looked at each other over on the bench and we were like, we're winning.
That's a testament to these guys just believed in themselves. And she came up with the biggest block ever, and it was pretty awesome.
Funny story, just to add to this all, during the championship, Ella, she's on a 5-point serving run. And all of a sudden she tries to do a trick shot, serve, and she's looking this way and tries to serve that way. Literally serves the ball 200 yards out, nowhere even near the court.
It shot out of bounds, it was so far out of bounds. And the whole team just laughed. We couldn't do anything else but laugh. Everyone was like, Ella, you just served this so far, because she's a very consistent server and she doesn't do that. And so that's one thing that I remember of being we still got this. It didn't discourage us at all by losing a point or anything.
And everyone on the bench is we're not even mad, we're just laughing. What is she doing? It's the championship match. What are you doing, Ella? I don't think anyone was even mad. I even think the coaches were wow, okay, well. And I think that moment, literally just everyone was okay, this is not that serious. And then she comes off the court onto the bench and I don't even know exactly what she called it. I think she said it was a quickie no look or something. And we were all just like dying laughing, and it became a joke like the whole rest of the trip, because we were like, Ella, what are you doing? It's the final championship game and you're gonna try to do a quickie no look? Like,
what are we gonna do for 1 point? Like, what is every single person on the court gonna do for 1 point?
Match point number 2 for the Bulldogs. Legault.
I think it was like an out of system ball, the last one to Jenna. Passed it all the way back to me, and I was like, this could be the swing, like swing hard. And then the girl somehow got it up.
Stays in play, and Fraga keep it alive, but Stanford! The missed pass over the net, out of play, and 5-seed Fresno State is your Mountain West champion for the first time in program history.
And I remember just like watching the free ball cross over my body. I was like, oh my God, is it going out? And I just remember my jaw absolutely dropping.
It still felt fake. I was like, what is this? It's just what you dream about your entire career.
The reaction that Hannah Waters has is so cool. I mean, she's just like ecstatic.
I don't think I processed that the ball was out until I saw Hannah drop to the ground.
Just falling to the floor is like, that's the only reaction I could have had, because that's how it felt. Like just the relief and the happiness, and then like your team coming and like hugging on you, like it's the best feeling ever.
All the hard work we put in all season like finally paid off.
I just remember running a brook and hugging Brooke. That's what I remember. And then I just remember everyone colliding onto each other.
People were crying, and I just felt pure joy.
We all started crying, we were holding each other, grabbing each other, screaming.
The best feeling that you could ever feel. I mean, I don't think I've won a game and celebrated like that probably ever. So that's just something that I will always remember.
Those are the moments that you play your career for. You know, that's what all the training is for, is that moment.
It was really cherishing. You know, this like one moment you'll never get back.
All the hard work since you're like a little kid. I mean, like, this is what people dream about doing in sports. Like, this is like the one goal that everyone has when they play a sport. And
it was that final piece to the puzzle that just completed 23 as such a memorable season. And it was every person on that team who helped us get there. And so it was just so rewarding. Like, I can't even describe to you in words how I kind of felt.
I remember looking over at all the parents, and like literally the smiles on their faces were so big. And I think it's just so rewarding to see like all the family there as well, like just so happy, so excited for us, because like obviously none of us would be where we were if it weren't for our parents. And so like I think that was really memorable to me.
You know, you think about all the years of club that your parents pay for, and like all this stuff they do, and they sacrifice so much for you. And it's like, now not only is it paying off for me, but I know that my family as well is getting to experience this like joy.
That feeling is amazing, and like you just can't ever, I don't know, there's no feeling like that.
Yeah, wearing the shirt and the hats are way too big on all of us, but that makes it even better. And we're all like, Raina's, you know, that it was so much fun.
This team just kept believing and kept getting better. And the growth of this group, they turn around the reverse sweep of this match. What it takes to have a reverse sweep in such a high pressure, close match like this one, it is gotta be exhausting. They might have to get some oxygen for Lisa Rose.
She might need it.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what an effort and what an incredible job she did right there.
What makes you most proud of this group behind you right now?
We came up with the slogan, and slogans are words, but I think that we lived it.
Coach, congratulations. Why not us? Well, hey, it's you now, Coach.
This is a team that has lost together, has fought together, and has now won together. And you can tell they are a family, a community, and it's not just a family or community of players and coaches. It's the fans that traveled in. I mean, they have a huge fan base here in Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas. What they did today was nothing less than remarkable, so difficult to do.
Ella Rude, you seemingly took over those last two sets, and it was incredible to watch.
We have so much respect for all these teams that we had to learn how to just battle no matter what. no matter how you start, the game of volleyball is anyone can win anything. Like, anything can freaking happen. So I think with this group of girls, we would go to battle any day, anytime with anybody, and I think we proved that tonight.
It was really fun to watch this entire week, this team's energy. How do you sum up this group of women and the energy that you all play with every single night?
Honestly, I think we owe it all to our dance parties. We have a dance party before every single match, no matter what. And honestly, it's the best group of girls, and we would literally die for each other, go to war for each other, and I couldn't ask for a better group of 16 girls.
Mom, my dad, my grandma were there, and they were just, so mind blown and so emotional.
My parents, my sister was there, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle. My dog was even in the stands, and so that was amazing to come off the court and hug my dog. That was the best feeling.
My mom was crying, and I was like, why are you crying? But now, she's my mom. But I just was burst into tears because I was like, I finally did it. I did what I wanted to do for the past 4 years, and now it's something I've accomplished.
I was thankful my parents were there. They've been on my volleyball journey since I was 7. I've known Presley since we were 10, so to be with her during that was amazing, knowing that I was experiencing all this with my best friends.
And just seeing everybody's parents and family there was so cool. And you see your mom, you see your dad, you see your grandparents that are there, and you just bowl after them and give them a big hug.
As the award ceremony is close to taking place.
Diani Fraga, Fresno State. Brooke Howey, Fresno State. Ella Rude, Fresno State. Addison Haluska, Fresno State. And the most valuable player of the 2023 Mountain West Women's Volleyball Championship from Fresno State, Brooke Howey.
Just to sit back and watch what we had accomplished in 11 months was pretty cool.
The 2023 Mountain West Women's Volleyball Champions, the Bulldogs of Fresno State.